before, coffee was your morning ritual. Before the cafes and baristas, it was a sacred secret, a gift to mystics, a spark for seekers. This is the story of how coffee danced with the divine and traveled the world with a Sufi saint. Our journey begins in the green highlands of Ethiopia, where a young god named Kaldi watched his god sleep and frolic after eating red berries from a strange tree. Curious, he tasted the berries himself. Energy surged through him. His senses sharpened. He had unknowingly discovered the coffee bean, nature's little miracle. And so, coffee was woven into the fabric of Sufi life. From small gatherings in candlelit zaviyas to open dhikr ceremonies echoing through the desert nights, it spread not through conquest, but through contemplation, not by war, but by worship. The first known cultivation of coffee is credited to Sufi monks in Yemen, particularly around the city of Zabid and in the highlands of Haraz Mountains. One name often associated with this early movement is Sheikh Ali ibn Umar al-Shadili, a revered Sufi saint, said to have used coffee during his night prayers to maintain spiritual focus. Word of the mystical brew spread through Sufi brotherhoods, carried by pilgrims to Mecca, by scholars to Cairo, and by traders to Damascus and Istanbul. What started as a sacred drink in dimly lit Sufi lodges soon flowered into mosques, marketplaces, and coffee houses across the Islamic world. But the story truly awakens across the Red Sea, in the ancient land of Yemen. Here, nestled in stone-walled monasteries along mountain ridges, lived the Sufis, mystics of Islam. These were seekers of divine love, known for their nights spent in spiritual devotion, chanting, whirling, meditating, praying for hours, sometimes until dawn. They found in these bitter beans something miraculous, not just a drink, but a companion in worship. The brew, known as kahwa, kept their eyes open and their hearts alert through the long, silent vigils. In those sacred hours, coffee was more than a beverage. It was a ritual, a sacred fire that helped them burn through the veil of sleep and enter states of deep spiritual awareness. For the Sufis, coffee was more than a drink, it was a fuel for the soul. But the Yemeni authorities guarded its roots fiercely. They allowed only roasted or boiled beans to be exported, never the root seeds that could be planted elsewhere. Coffee was sacred, and they meant to keep it that way. But then came a rebel mystic, a humble Sufi named Baba Budan from the lush hills of southern India. On his pilgrimage to Mecca, he tasted this magical drink. He saw how it lifted minds and awakened hearts, and he knew this gift should grow back home. So, Baba Budan did the unthinkable. He hid 7 raw coffee beans close to his chest. Some say in his beard, others in a hollow staff. He sailed back to India and climbed the misty slopes of Chikmagalur, where he planted them on a hill that now bears his name, Baba Budangiri. Those 7 beans became India's first coffee plants. From there, the roots spread through the hills into estates and homes and across the world. What began in silent Sufi nights became the heartbeat of busy mornings. So the next time you sip your coffee, remember the mystics who chanted by candlelight, the rebels who carried seeds across seas, and the sacred drink that once kept the seekers awake, searching for the divine.